Alright guys, let's see how this GC1 tries to, well, maybe try to push for GT2. So let's jump right in. Good kickoff, well, decent kickoff, good cheat. Nice turn on the ball. Nice pop. This is really good. So here, we turn on the ball here. And if you notice, he has low boost. A lot of players, especially in the lower ranks, would just try to just hit this on net, try to score, try to put it on net. Something like this, right? But the problem with doing this is that it allows the opponent to boom the ball back to your side a lot quicker. So what Mark does here is that with low boost, you want to buy time, right? It's not always the case of just trying to score at every opportunity. So what Mark does here is that he gets underneath the ball and then he pops it high. This is good. Why? Because it buys time for him to get boost. It buys time for his mate to try and get boost. Although I'm not sure why his mate even tried to go for this ball here. So yeah, that was really good play by Mark there. Alright, good positioning. Can you go for this ball? A bit awkward with the aerial car control here. Let me have a little look again. Yeah, I mean, the opponent probably would have gotten there before you. Unless we full boost, maybe. So if we full boost here. Oops, not like that. So if we full boost. Yeah. Maybe if we full boost the entire way, it can definitely make it easier. So yeah, I think definitely the position of the car when you aerial, and also full boost, you kind of tilt it to the right, which doesn't give you the full boost that you need. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was the only issue there. Good touch. Stay with it. That's also fine. Can't really make the follow-up. Mate also had little to no boost here. Taking a challenge. Here, it looked like Mark expected his mate to challenge, to like come in right now and try to challenge. But he didn't, so I think he was wondering whether he should cut or not. I think his mate Water should have challenged if after this situation here. He lands here, so maybe grab 1 or 2 boost. Let's try to stay here. And then maybe like, I don't know, something like this or something like that is probably what Mark was expecting. Because he did seem a bit confused. It looked like he wanted to cut in, but he wasn't sure if he was going to double commit in case his mate was also going to challenge early. But in the end, it wasn't a big deal. Mate has no boost. Usually the player with no boost should be the one to try to force the issue. Here, obviously, the ball's going up in the air. So Mark has to be the one to make the situation easier for his mate. So let's see what he does here. The guy gets the reset. He messes up the reset, so this is now a free ball. The opponent is really far away. Let's see if Mark is going to boom the ball. Is he going to see that the opponent is far away? Which also means that he has time to make an aerial play. He does, so this is good. Good first touch. Nice. That was good. That was really good. Really well played by Mark. So far, Mark has been playing pretty well so far. Good game so far. Okay. Lovely touch. This is good. Those of you in the lower ranks watching this, it's good. Sometimes improving your aerial car control isn't necessarily there for on the ball mechanics, but it's also like mechanics with off the ball. Like, how can you get a nice touch? How can you air roll or control your car in such a way that you're able to get nice first touches without giving the ball away? So something to think about. Okay, he misses the wave that stage, but I think that happens to the best of us. Good. If you notice here, he doesn't leave the play, just stays, grabs 1 or 2 pads, doesn't leave the play. Oh, that's unfortunate. It looked like he wanted to dodge that demo by slipping into the corner of his net. But yeah, he just managed to get clipped, unfortunately. Alright, grab the boost, stay in mid. Okay. Oh, he gets bumped too. Okay, this is a bit of an unfortunate one. Let's see if there's definitely ways to improve. The first thing I notice is that the moment this ball gets hit here, Mark kind of just drives along the ground and doesn't really get to the backboard as soon as possible. The reason why you want to go backboard as soon as possible is because the way the ball is going to bounce off this wall indicates that it's going to go high and that the opponent is also going to try jump for the ball and maybe hit it backboard or hit it towards net. Well, if it's going to be towards net, then if the ball is high and is hitting it towards net, then you're also high, so it should make your life a bit easier. So maybe if he kind of like speed flipped, got here, and then maybe clear the ball away like that. And this only worked because we anticipated the bounce. If you watch what Mark does here, look, it's going to bounce high, right? It bounces high. Mark's not on the backboard, so when he does get to the backboard, it's too late. The guy can hit it right over his head, and then this is what the issue that kind of follows up. So yeah. Definitely get to the backboard a bit sooner there. Okay, kickoff. Good cheat by mate. Unlucky. Oh, okay, so Mark tries to go for the demo here. So car camera's on. He tries to go for the demo, which if he succeeded, if he did get the demo, Water would have had an empty net. So going for the play, going for the demo there, I think is not bad because again, if you got the demo, it's a goal. It's just unfortunate that he doesn't get the demo, which now leads to a counter attack, and this should be a goal. Yeah, well, that's just part of the game, right? That's the risk and reward. You go for a risky play, you could get a very high reward for the play, but in this case, we did not. So that's just the nature of the game. All right, let's keep it pushing. Good kickoff. Should stay in the play. Nice. Nice shot. Decent save. Nice. Again, it's always good to stay in the play, guys. Try not to linger. Not linger. Try not to just leave the play as soon as possible whenever you think the situation is over with. In terms of like the situation about you is over with, you can go get boost. No. Stay in the play. See what happens. Mate whiffed. And because mate whiffed and you stayed in the play, which is Mark, you were able to get a decent shot. If this was like top corner, then obviously it would be a goal. So good save. Go for the corner boost. Nice. Mate doesn't have boost here. He should try to control it. A bit of a misread. Yeah, that's just mechanics. I understand the intention there, so I'm not going to criticize too much. Maybe here, probably be aware that the opponent is going to get this ball here, so maybe turn away this way, and then that way, you know, your mate's going to pick up the ball anyway. So, but not too big of a deal. Yeah, okay. So mate goes for an air dribble, gets saved. Can we get the ball there? Excellent. This is how you sustain pressure. Good. You stay close to the play. Close to the play. Look how close mate is to Water, right? He's not far away, so when the opponent clears the ball, we are now close for the second ball, and exactly what Mark does. We are able to get the second ball and sustain the pressure. Yeah, Doomsy, but actually I thought you could 20 boost at Doomsy dish. Would have been difficult because the ball hits like the curve of the wall, which obviously pops the ball out. So low boost, and I think the curvature of the wall made it difficult. Here, so here Water is first man. He knows that Mark has no boost, which means it's all about buying time here. So when he turns, he just gets completely beat, which now puts Mark in a very tough situation. So if we go to Water's POV, you can see both opponents here, right? So this happens. Here, Mark needs to have the, not Mark, sorry. Water needs to have the awareness that he's not going to have enough time to turn and go for this ball compared to the opponent, who is absolutely, because it's just, you have to turn around, which takes a lot of time, whereas absolutely has all the momentum to come into this ball. So you have to maintain this shadow position like this. And then when he booms it, now you're back. You're back and you can deal the situation with your mate without your mate having to scrabble. The problem is Water tries to turn and you're going to get beat here 10 times out of 10. This is just lack of awareness, and in all honesty is just not good enough, especially at GC1 level, to be committing a mistake like that, if I had to be a bit harsh. In the end, Mark does a good job, you know, sacrifices himself to clear the ball. So that's well done by him. And what just happened? Oh. That happened. Okay, they get the goal, tier 2. Interesting. Alright, let's keep it pushing. Okay, cheat. Nice. Hold on, let me see this again. Here you can probably do a like a moxie recovery. So maybe like, oops. So maybe something like this, if I can hit the ball. Maybe something like this, so you can land on your wheels a bit more. Like this. That could be a mechanic potentially there, because here we kind of land. We do eventually land on our wheels, but it's definitely a lot more awkward, right? So that's a smaller tip. Here, I think Mark should have went for the demo here. Here, so try to. I'm not saying it's possible, but try to bump him, like something like that, maybe. Again, could you, maybe if we go back a bit earlier, it might have been possible. So here, so like here, like that. Again, I'm not saying like this. This would have 100% bumped him, and then maybe your mate would have been able to what you call it, score the goal, maybe. So stuff like this, just small stuff like this, knowing that what is the better play, going for the ball or going for the car, is something to consider too. Okay, nice, good, really important, guys. You got to stay close to the play as second man, right? If Water's going to hit the ball, he's going to hit the ball against the wall. It's likely going to bounce back out. So you have to be there for the second ball, which Mark does really well and covers the shot pretty well there. A lot of players would just do this, right? They just kind of go back. And now all of a sudden, this opponent has a really good chance to hit this into the top corner, which could result in a goal, right? But Mark doesn't do that. He stays in the play, which is good. So far, Mark has been playing really, really well. Like, super impressed. Grabbing the pads too. Excellent. This is good Rocket League right now. Okay, let me go back because I was too focused on Mark that I wasn't really noticing anything else. Water. I think Water is playing quite erratically this game. Let me see. So Water goes for the ball here. I want to know, hold on. There's no need. I think what Water does here is just no need. I think all we had to do here was just wrap around. Right? So here, just wrap around, and then look at this. You have all of this time to make some sort of play in the air or something. I think it's just way too erratic. You don't need to meet the ball head on here. Just wrap around and you would have so much space. So definitely a bit of a misplay from Water here. It just gives the ball away needlessly, to be honest. Let's see how Mark deals with this. Okay. Again, I think Water is just hitting the ball now, and like once this happens, right? He's out of the play, right? The opponent is out of the play. This means that when you receive the ball here, whether it's you, Mark, or whether it's your teammate, then now you have to control this ball, right? Because now you can start to instigate a counterattack. Speeding up the play to instigate the counterattack is also fine, but in a way where you pinch it and it just goes right back. And now look, now you're the one back on defense, right? So not good decision making there, I will be honest. This is fine. I think this is fine. I'll probably be a bit safer and grab the pads instead. So like something like this, grab this, grab this, grab this, and then kind of be ready for the defense at that moment. Grabbing boost here is okay. The problem is that if it bounces down towards mid, it might be a bit awkward to try to deal with. Okay, nice. Try to hit it around him. Nice. It's also good. Grabbing the pads. Good. Nice. Don't really have much to say there. That was pretty solid. Stay on backboard. Don't have to go there. I don't think you have to go here. Yeah, you just don't have to go here. It's very difficult to give a really good pass to mate here as long as water cuts across, if he cuts across this little like area here, then when the ball bounces back out, water should be able to get to it pretty comfortably. But the moment you commit, now you're just lingering in the air. So here, probably just stay here, and then you can maybe try to jump down and help your mate, right? So this happens. Okay, I'm gonna try to not let the ball hit me, like, and then maybe you can try to make something happen. You can stay here and then maybe try to make the block if your mate doesn't get the ball. Whereas if you jump and then your mate and the opponent dives over your mate's head, then it's going to be 100% a goal here. So understanding what is considered a threat and whether you need to jump or not is also another thing to consider too. Let me see what happened here. So here, here, I think this is a bit weird in the sense that you speed flip towards the opponent as if you're going to apply pressure, but then you turn away, which is fine because you could argue that there's no need to apply pressure and going back for boost. But I think the issue is that now that you're going back for boost, it means that your mate has to slow down and wait for you to get boost. Whereas if you just kind of continued with your decision, so if you did this, if you did this, and then kind of just stay here, obviously your mate goes because it's just the way the nature of the replay. But let's say your mate notices your car, right? So let's go back a little bit. This will show you what I mean. So like here, oops. So like if you try to go here, here, your mate will see you, and then you can be the one to instigate with low boost, so that if he does go over you, or if you do get the challenge, your mate with full boost will be able to, you know, sweep up the second ball. And this is only because if you didn't want to go for this ball, if you didn't want to be the one to apply pressure here, then you should have turned away immediately, like this, right? That way it makes the behavior a lot clearer, so that when your mate does challenge, you'll be able to get to the boost a lot quicker. So let's say something like this, and now you're ready, right? You're ready for, obviously your mate needs to get the ball here. He needs to get some sort of touch. He needs to make your life easier, right? He fails in doing that. But now look, when you try to push forward and then you decide to go back for boost, now when the opponent gets beat, look how far away and look how much time the opponent has on the ball here compared to when it was before. So it's just a case of, if you make a decision, kind of just go for it. If you're going to apply pressure, apply pressure. If you want to go straight back for boost, then go back for boost. Don't just drive and then decide, oh, I'm going to bail out and go back for boost. So yeah. Okay, good pressure. Not bad. Nice. Really good. Okay, not bad. Here. I mean, this is just a case of where this is just a case of, is there any need to go for this ball? Like, he pops it high, right? Okay, I understand that you want to try and go for it, but here I think there are some situations where, like, for example, he pops it high, you can just back away, right? Back away, and that's it. You're fine now, right? So this is just a case of just determining whether is it a ball that's worth going. So like, let's say you go up here, let's say you win this ball. Does it do much? Let's say you get a clean beat. It looks like the opponent's second man is going to get the ball without your teammate going to be there to challenge for the second ball. So even if you do get the beat, it's not going to result in anything, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, grab that boost. Okay, we have a free ball. No, I mean, that's just, again, just mechanics. I think it's just unfortunate. Here, if you kept your nose straight instead of air rolling here, I think this would have been fine. I think this is like a big culprit that a lot of players around the GC make. So if you keep your nose straight, there you go, and then you air roll last second, it would make life a lot easier for you. So keep the nose straight when you make contact, or just as you're about to make contact, then you air roll. that's better. The problem here is that we air roll before we even come close to contact, so that when we make contact like this. So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, have a shot. Not bad. I think that's just a genuine try. Yeah, just a genuine try. I'm not gonna criticize that too much. Yeah, if you're thinking you should go for boost here, is because mate has so much time on the ball here, and the opponents are so far away. Because your mate has so much time, you can't afford to go for boost here. Obviously, not the best practice if you're still learning about what kind of boost you should go for. Here, I would probably suggest to kind of just play the middle pad, so like here, like this, and then that way you can still accumulate a good amount of boost while still being in the play. But him going for corner boost here is not the end of the world. So yeah, because as you can see, there's so much time that when his teammate hits it, he's already back in position. Yes, obviously, he's not back in position in the sense that he will be able to win the second ball, but even with the pads, he still wouldn't have been able to get the second ball just because of the nature of how far away he is due to the play. So yeah. Hold on, let me see this. This is fine. I think maybe turn into the play a bit earlier. So here, the moment the reset happens, you can tell that the opponent is not going to get anything on this ball. So you can start turning like this and stay a bit closer like that. Oops, I was not ready for that. But yeah, if I was locked in, then that could have been a ball that you could have latched onto and potentially score. So yeah. So you get bumped. Okay, you can go for the mid boost because the opponent is going to hit it towards you. Unfortunately, we missed a mid boost, but it's okay. Mate has no boost here, so it's all about buying him time. You don't want a full commit. God, that's unlucky, I think. I think the intention here was good. Again, you're trying to steal the boost off him. Unfortunately, we just get demoed due to it, but that's just unfortunate, I think. Good save by mate. Okay. Oh, that was a bit risky here. Here, I think the moment the bounce happened, I'm sorry, it's the moment the whiff happened, we have to just try to jump for the ball here. You got to just anticipate that the second man is going to come and try to dive onto that ball. Here we don't, and this could have been a goal. Depending on the shot, maybe Water would have been able to save it. But yeah. Okay, Water keeps on hitting the ball away, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, you could have still controlled this, wave dash, and then control it. But yeah, you have a mate that just keeps on hitting the ball away, unfortunately. Okay. Going for boost here is fine. Hold on. Because Mate got demoed, didn't he? Yeah, Mate got demoed here. Yeah, so Mate gets demoed. The opponent has the ball in their corner. Take your time. There's no need to rush the challenge. You can even go for boost here. I think, yeah, going for boost here is okay. And then you can assume first man again, because Mate is probably getting boost and getting back into position. You try to play the ball here. Let me see one more time. Okay, no, it's fine. I was going to say maybe try to play the car. So like here, when this happens. But I think maybe something like this is what I'm thinking. In a real game situation, maybe it's not something you would probably think about too much, but maybe you try to. I'm not really sure. The behavior wasn't clear. So what happened here? So we tried to go for this. The opponent takes a touch, so we didn't do a great job making life easier for the second man. Here, probably noticed the pinch, and then maybe just step away like this. So again, noticing that the pinch is going to come, he's going to land straight onto the ball, and then making the challenge here. So we didn't do a great job as second man. Let's see how Water dealt with this. Okay, head on. You don't want to hit this head on. You need to clear it to a corner. So what do I mean? The moment the opponent is shifting this way, like towards the right hand side of the ball, means that we need to shift to the left hand side of the ball, so we can try to 50 the ball towards the corner, like this. like that. So like this. So you want to try and 50 it like this, or like. But I'm winning the ball here because I'm not too sure why. I'm winning the ball, but anyway, you get the idea, right? You want to try and hit it. So let's see what he does. Like this, like that. Away to the corner, not head on. Here we just smacked the ball because we're first to the ball here. It seems like I thought it was a true 50, but it wasn't a true 50. It's just straight away head on. So both players could have done better here. Definitely a goal that could have been avoided. All right, let's keep going. Okay, cheating up. Not bad. I like it. Composure. Really, really good. Nice. Go for a sealing shot. Oh, do you know what? Good attempt. It was a good attempt, honestly. Sealing shots are really, really strong at GC. I like this a lot. I would say you try to speed up the play here, but this is hindsight because the opponent comes and, you know, basically steals the ball off you. I would probably say that you taking your time here makes sense because the opponent coming across like this and clearing the ball is a bit unexpected. So I would give more props to the defender than trying to criticize you. And nice, water was there also, which is good anticipation. Nice, that was really, really good. Good team effort too. Alright, so this has been a good game so far. A really good game. Okay, go for boost. We played the ball here, but again, you can go for boost here. Let's go here, and then that's it, right? Oh, I was supposed to control that, but yeah, you guys get the gist. Yeah, not too sure. We didn't really have to fight for this ball, although I mean, because if you do get this ball, like again, right? Let's say you do win this ball, you jump and you win this ball. You're going to be really low boost. Your mate isn't going to be in the play to help you out, and the opponent is going to get the corner boost so that when you try to like challenge him or anything, you're the one with really low boost and he's the one with a lot of boost. So the likelihood is that he's going to defend your shot. So going for this ball, like it's not the end of like the world. You might get a really nice touch. The ball might drop in front of you. You might be able to get a dribble. And because of the dribble, you might be able to flick it over the last man, right? That's also a possibility, but based on probability, better off just to leave it, go get your corner boost, and then deal with the situation as it comes. Okay, here, take your time. Ooh. Oh, do you know what? Don't listen to me. Here, I thought you could probably take your time, but this is really smart. I like this idea a lot, mine. I was thinking maybe you can kind of come across it like this, but then again, you do have low boost, so it's not like there's much you could do about it. Obviously, because it's a replay, it still continues with the action. That's why you see the ball just fly somewhere. But here, this was really smart. Oh, that's just unlucky. I really like that play a lot. Nice. Grab boost, that's fine. Oh, that's a bad challenge. That's a bad challenge. Your mate got demoed here. You should not be challenging this. Your mate gets demoed. You need to buy time here. So here, and then fake challenge like this. And then try to challenge like that. Right? You fake challenge and then you dive in. This is really, really bad. Because now your mate is so far away. How is your mate supposed to get the second ball here? And then your mate gets faked, which again, it's just all about buying time, right? So here, if I was water, I would just try to buy time for my mate to come back and then make the save, right? This is just two bad decisions back to back. Yeah, this is just, it was such a good game, and the fact that the goals are conceded in ways that are just completely unnecessary is what's really frustrating. So yeah, guys, we're going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.